Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're breaking down a reality that almost every single one of us is participating in. It's the global rat race. You know the drill. We wake up, we go to work, we come home totally exhausted, and we basically just wait around for that next paycheck. It's a cycle that feels entirely inevitable. But hidden right within this everyday routine is a massive financial illusion. It's a trap, really, that keeps high earners broke while somehow allowing average earners to buy their complete freedom. Today, we're going to dissect exactly how that happens.
Okay, let's dive into this core paradox. I want you to imagine two people. They have the exact same starting salary, they wake up at the same time, work the same grueling hours, and they carry the exact same life goals. Security, a nice home, a little freedom, peace of mind. From the outside, their lives look like carbon copies. But fast forward 5 years. One person is completely panicking at the end of every single month, terrified of an unexpected bill. The other? They're calm, they're breathing easy, and they are completely in control. So what happened? Did one of them win the lottery, get some massive secret promotion? No way! So what exactly went down?
To really understand this, let's look at our two archetypes, Ravi and Samir. Right at the beginning, they're on the exact same track. The salary hits their accounts, the bills get paid, a little bit is spent, and they wait for the next month. But their mindsets are fundamentally different. See, Ravi believes that simply increasing his income is going to solve literally all of his life's problems. He works strictly for money. Samir, on the other hand, well, he starts asking a very different, kind of uncomfortable question. Where is my money actually going, and is any of it staying behind to build my future? Samir is learning how to make his money work for him.
Section 1. Income versus wealth. The core difference.
This brings us to what is absolutely the most critical distinction in personal finance, and it's the core of the illusion that traps so many salaried professionals. Think of your financial life as a leaky water tank. The water pouring in from the top, that's your income. Looks great, right? Nice, strong, steady flow. But look at the bottom of the tank. Those holes represent your expenses. If you constantly focus on pouring more water in, like getting a raise or working a second job, but you completely ignore the giant holes at the bottom, what happens? The tank literally never fills. It's physically impossible. And this is exactly where so many people get stuck. They boost their income, but they never plug the leaks.
So the crucial point is grasping this exact definition. Income is active. It's the money coming in right now because you traded your time to get it. But wealth? Wealth is what stays. It's the value that is retained, the money that organically grows on its own, and the structure that sustains you when you're fast asleep or, just choose not to work. Income is a flow, wealth is a fortress.
Samir realized something pretty profound when he actually started tracking his cash flow. He basically just observed his money without any judgment. He looked at what was necessary for rent, what was purely for showing off, and what was actually meant for his future. And the uncomfortable truth he uncovered is incredibly simple. The real problem is rarely low income. The problem is directionless money. When your cash has no assigned destination, it simply vanishes. But what exactly is making all that money vanish? Well, it's not always the obvious stuff like buying a luxury car. Honestly, it's often a series of totally invisible traps. Section 2. The silent wealth killers. Let's look at these invisible traps. First up is absolutely the biggest trap of all, lifestyle creep. Remember Ravi? When Ravi gets a raise, his immediate thought is, man, I deserve an upgrade. A slightly better phone, eating out a little bit more, nicer clothes. And honestly, there is nothing inherently wrong with treating yourself. The danger hits when the entirety of the raise is swallowed up by this new lifestyle. Slowly, these new luxuries just become normal baselines. Suddenly, living on your old salary, which was perfectly fine just a year ago, feels completely impossible. The income went way up, but the actual wealth just stayed at zero. And this brilliantly illustrates our second silent killer. Inflation. Even if you somehow dodge lifestyle creep and manage to save all your money under a mattress, you are still losing. Think of inflation kind of like a box of chocolates. Over the years, the number of chocolates in the box stays exactly the same, so your bank balance looks the same, but the size of every single piece of chocolate is shrinking. Your money's power is literally evaporating while you do absolutely nothing. Section 3, growth and protection. Time to build that fortress. So, if stuffing cash under a mattress isn't going to cut it, how do we actually build this fortress? We have to shift our mindset from just earning to protecting and growing. But before we can grow, we must protect. Imagine a sudden medical bill, a broken phone, or maybe a job loss. Without a safety net, a tiny problem becomes a full-blown financial catastrophe. This is exactly why you need an emergency fund. Think of it like a motorcycle helmet.
Wearing a helmet isn't going to help you win the race, right? It doesn't make you any faster or richer, but the very second you crash, it saves your life. In the game of money, surviving the fall is step one.
Once you're protected, then you can build the growth engine, which is compounding. Wealth doesn't sprint, it grows. It's a lot like a tree. You plant the seed, you water it, you make sure it gets some sunlight, and most importantly, you don't aggressively uproot it every 2 days to see if the roots are growing. You just leave it alone. With compounding, your money earns money, and then those earnings start earning money. It's definitely a slow start, but over time, it becomes an unstoppable force of nature. But remember, smart investing isn't just blindly throwing money at the wall. You've got to heed the warning of diversification. You wouldn't plant every single seed you own in the exact same patch of dirt, hoping for the best. Because if that soil goes bad, you lose the whole farm. Every investment isn't right for every person. You got to ask yourself, what's your timeline? What's your risk tolerance? Smart people don't just chase the highest return, they deeply understand the risk of a single point of failure.
Section 4, 4 Steps to Wealth. Let's get into an actionable system. Let's move to and see how this builds into a highly actionable, highly structured system. These are the exact 4 steps drawn from Samir's approach to transforming a standard income into serious protective wealth. This is your blueprint. Step 1, track your spending for just 1 month. Don't judge it, just write it all down so you can actually see where the water is leaking. Step 2, build that small emergency fund. Get your financial helmet strapped on tight. Step 3, automate your savings and investments. Give your money strict orders before you even have a chance to spend it. And finally, step 4, never, ever forget to invest in your own skills. The market changes all the time, but you are ultimately your own best asset.
Section 5, the Freedom Blueprint. The ultimate payoff.
Which brings us to the ultimate payoff. I mean, why do we do all of this tracking, saving, and diversifying? What is the actual end goal of this blueprint? Well, let's look back at our 2 friends, 5 years later. Ravi is exhausted. He works incredibly hard, but his entire machine runs on the desperate need for his next salary. If it gets delayed by even a day, he panics. Samir, however, well, he hasn't become a billionaire with a private jet, but he has achieved something incredibly powerful. He has margin. He has breathing space. True wealth isn't always about flashy cars. Often, it's literally just the freedom of not feeling a knot in your stomach at the end of the month. It's having total control over your choices.
If you take away anything from this explainer, let it be this profound contrast. Income drives you, but wealth protects you. Income is what runs the house today, but wealth is what builds and secures your entire future. Income is active, wealth is protective. So I want to leave you with this final thought to analyze in your own life. Every single time you spend, ask yourself, are you just looking rich today, or are you actually getting stronger for tomorrow? The shift from income chasing to wealth building doesn't require a lottery win. It just requires a change in direction. If you found this breakdown valuable, hit that like button, comment your thoughts down below on where you are in your own wealth journey, and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more deeply analytical blueprints just like this one. Until next time, start plugging those leaks.